Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah, I'm a knitting natter to help you knit with ease, confidence and joy. And I have something interesting for you today. So let's get straight down to it, and then I'll give you more details about how I came up with the idea and why I wanted to do this in the first place. And what makes the important part of Knit with Hannah, because I could have done so many other different things instead. So yeah, full details basically are over on the subscribe page, or on the join page. But a membership in YouTube is saying, I want to join a specific channel for exclusive videos. If you join me in the membership, you will get videos that everyone else on the channel doesn't see. So it's just this little pocket inside the bigger channel. And obviously my knitting channel, Knit with Hannah, is inside the massive pocket of YouTube. So just think about it like that. We have YouTube, Knit with Hannah, it's actually that tiny little thing anyway, but Knit with Hannah, and then the membership. So it's all hosted on YouTube, and the videos you'll be sent notifications just like you would with any other video that I create, but only if you're a member do you get to see those membership videos. That's the whole idea. And what we're going to do inside that membership, there are so many ideas we could have gone with, but I decided on one subject. We're going to cover one thing inside that. One thing that every knitter recognises as something that happens when you're knitting. What do you think that is? WIPs. WIPs, works in progress. UFOs, unfinished objects. We're going to be reviving works in progress, knitting through your current works in progress, whether you have one thing on your needles, 3 things, 5 things, 10 things on your needles. It doesn't matter. The point is that we're going to knit together, we're going to keep each other accountable, if that's what you're looking for. If that really doesn't bother you much, whether you just want some friendly knitters to chat with, because you haven't got many other knitters around you. If you want actually some help if something goes wrong, or you just want some extra inspiration for when you're knitting, some extra videos to watch when you're knitting, then come inside the membership. We will be finishing lots of projects together rather than seeing them sitting there and not getting finished. And I'm going to give you full details in this video. I'm going to go on for a long time. So just sit there and knit. Make sure you've got your knitting and a cup of tea. This could be really short, and you could only watch this first bit and you go, yeah, I'm in. Thank you. See you later. But I do want to give you the background on why I've decided to start this. And it's been going on for a few years, just kind of rumbling in my mind. So let's hear the full story, shall we? If you want in, then I've created 2 tiers. If you're aware of Patreon or any other YouTube channels which have memberships, then you will know that things like this, you have the chance of getting one thing or another thing, and you just pay slightly different prices for different options. What I've decided to do is set the bar at $3.99 or $8.99. You join whichever feels right for you, and the only difference will be if you ask me questions and you're in the $8.99 tier, then I will give you a slightly higher priority. For example, if we have so many people in the membership eventually and I can't get through all of the questions, then if you're in the higher tier, then you will have priority. You can change tier as we go through, doesn't matter over time, but yeah, that's the only difference. You will all get the same things. You'll get videos every month about works in progress, you'll get Q&As every month about works in progress, we'll have community posts as well that are specific to the membership, and I'm there answering your comments. We have that little niche inside the membership that is going to just give us that extra support as knitters, and I know that as a knitter as well. Okay, so why did I actually start this? I started the knitting channel because I knew somehow I wanted to share my creativity with more people, and I knew that I just couldn't go out there and share all of the things I do that are creative. I'd be doing gardening, I'd be doing knitting, I'd be sewing one week and then doing something else and doing something else. And I wanted to find something that we could actually focus on together. And I realised over time that there were lots of knitters on YouTube, but there were very few knitters who knitted in my style of knitting. And I knew that around the world, lots of people knit in the same way that I do, with what can be described as the English traditional knitting style. And it somehow didn't make sense to me. There are lots of Americans, I know, I love you Americans, here knitting on YouTube, and it just seemed odd that there weren't that many Brits, and I thought, I'm going to have that say. Someone actually put a comment on that I sounded like Princess Diana just last week. What? I have a British accent. That's all it is. I have a British accent. But I wanted that as a knitter, and I knew that there were knitters out there who would like that too. So I wanted to be able to share all of the things that I could do as a knitter, and I knew that there were people around me who came to me for support when they were knitting. If they were having a struggle through a project, they knew they could come to me and I'd be able to help them through the problem. So I knew that I could give that and give it to a larger number of people as well. Just creating a workshop in my small town would only maybe help a handful of people at once. I knew I could help more. So the internet seemed to be the solution. And being also hindered by my health, I knew that if I created a workshop and I couldn't get there, then I couldn't help anybody. So there were lots of hesitations, and the internet and YouTube seemed to be the answer. So that's how the knitting channel came about. I think what is quite amazing to me is the statistics. I've had something like 5 million views on the channel since I started it in 2017. That seems astounding. I now have almost 50,000 subscribers on the channel, and in the last 90 days alone, 120,000 different people have watched a video of mine. A lot of that is coming through search because they need a specific thing to do with knitting. They want a specific answer to a very individual question that they have regarding their pattern or where they are in a knitting project or something like that. And they come to the channel and they go, hey, I'm in. And 50,000 of those people will watch more than one video. It's amazing what data YouTube can give me. So just in the 90 days, in the last 90 days, and remember, I'm now in June, we're now in June, and I haven't been creating videos like I was for the first 5 years. Because of my health in the last 2 years, I've actually had many, many fewer videos and many fewer views over the last 2 years. So this is something I wanted to kind of shift the balance on again as well. I don't know how many more videos I'm going to make. I haven't put any schedule in place. They have to be every Tuesday. You have to have 3 a month or 10 a month or whatever. I've just said I'm making videos as I make videos. And I'd still want to go deeper with people. I want to go deeper in just a smaller niche of knitting and with a smaller group of knitters, which could end up quite large eventually, but it will still be a smaller group of knitters who I can get to know really well. You can get to know me really well, and we can share things on a much deeper level. I've always wanted this. That's what I've always loved about knit-alongs, and if we could keep it going for a longer period of time, then I know it could work. So I really want to go deeper and reach more people. I want to do both. So last summer, I had this dilemma. Something happened within the business. I have had emails for many, many years, probably from maybe a couple of years into the YouTube channel, mainly when I hit about 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It started to happen. And then by the time I hit 20, I was getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 emails a week saying, we'd love to sponsor your channel. And I had the most bizarre things write to me, saying, hey, we're a yoga clothing business. Come and wear our yoga clothing on your channel. I'm a knitter. Why would I want to wear your yoga clothing on my knitting channel? Doesn't make any sense. I'm sure it's comfortable, but I don't know, it just didn't make any sense. I've had jewellery businesses. Recently I've had people emailing me about their knitting fabric. Yeah, I want to go and buy knitted fabric. They don't seem to understand the difference between knitted fabric and knitting. So I'm not buying knitted fabric, and I'm not being sponsored by a knitting fabric company. It just seems so funny. And yeah, I've had reading lights, the things that go around your neck. But a lot of the time, they're these Chinese companies that don't make much sense. And, you know, if you're Chinese, I love you. There's nothing wrong with your general average Chinese citizen. But there are a lot of companies out there who just want everything and they want us to consume more. And so many of the emails do come from Chinese businesses. There's no getting out of that fact. So, what do I do now? Where do I go? I just had to keep saying, maybe the right sponsor will come along. Maybe it will help me run the channel on a bigger basis. I could even get a video editor. Just, you know, help me, especially as my health was going down a bit last couple of years ago with the long COVID. How can I just keep this going? And sponsorship could be a big help. So then, last summer, I had an email and I actually ended up on a video call with a lovely marketing director of Knitting Fever. It's a brilliant company. They own lots of different knitting businesses. They've helped the small businesses keep going over many, many years. This business, Knitting Fever, is 4 decades old now. And it seemed to be a great idea. And over time, I thought, yeah, they could sponsor me for videos. This would be great. My health obviously went downhill in the autumn, so kind of lost contact a bit. They ended up sending me a box of stuff, which I did an unboxing video of. I think it was last December, maybe January. And then I got to this point where I said, actually, I don't want a sponsor, because there were a few things that just didn't sit right. I knew I wouldn't have control of how they ran their business, what sustainability values and policies they put in place. And they as a large owning company of many, many little businesses, had no real control over how the smaller businesses that I might be promoting or suggesting that you knit with on this channel as well, how they ran the smaller intricacies of their business. If something went wrong, customer service didn't work, then I didn't want to have that burden on me. And I know I've seen a lot of YouTubers do this, and then company changes, something goes just slightly awry, or there's a new CEO come in or something, and then the business just has different values in place and says, actually, we're going to do it like this instead. And suddenly a lot of people get upset. A lot of people have, in some respects, they lose a lot. I know I've seen this where companies are giving back to who they're helping or who they're supporting as a customer, and then all of a sudden that support and that help just disappears. And if I was a YouTuber and I had that kind of sponsorship on a video, no matter how brilliant the video was, I'd actually want to remove it so that you couldn't watch it anymore. That's how I feel. The values, the trust, the honesty, the integrity that I've always valued in people around me and in anyone I meet with or support or deal with or turn to as a customer, I want that. It's a massive part of what I feel is important in my life. So yeah, I didn't want that kind of burden on me. The responsibility as a Knit with Hannah creator, as a YouTuber, to say, I trust this for no matter how many decades I'm on YouTube, you can watch this video and still believe that everything I'm saying in this video about this sponsorship is true. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. Knitting Fever were really good. They were saying, we don't want you to say certain things. They weren't stipulating what I promote or describe or say or anything. They just wanted me to put their links in the video. So in some respects it actually worked. It was a really good workaround, but I still didn't feel right. There was this niggling thing inside of me saying, no, actually do something differently. So who do I want to sponsor me and who do I want to help support the channel? I think that's it, so that I can give more to you. I want to be able to be here filming, running my website, paying all sorts of different fees through the business, and saying, hang on a second, I have the support I need. So if I want to create more videos over a few months, then I can hire a video editor and give you even more. And all this sort of thing kept coming into my mind. And I said, actually, you could be my sponsors. I'm seeing more YouTube channels doing this. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. And if I create a membership, then how could I do it? That's what came to me. And this is the funny thing. Sponsorship off the table. I want to focus on you. I want to focus on knitting together. How can I do it? And many, many months have gone by and I've been contemplating it. And I started meditating in a different way. Just last week, I'm recording this in the middle of June. And this is very similar to how I was meditating when I came up with the idea of Knit with Hannah in the first place. I was not expecting this at all. But last week, after I'd been meditating, like a few hours later, hang on a second, what if the membership isn't about having a new challenge every week or month, or specific videos, or very different things, because not only will you get bored, you'll get exhausted, but the people who are watching will go, oh God, not another challenge. I've been in memberships like that before. You kind of think, well, I barely finished the last one, give us a break. But because the owner, the creator, feels obliged to say, you have to have a new topic this month, they create videos, they create content, they create worksheets, they do everything they can to say, here you are, here's all the content you need because I promised it to you. It doesn't necessarily help. It can actually mean that people say, I've had enough, I'm going. And then those people who needed your support in the first place aren't there to get it, to have it. So this is what I would like to create. Something that is just so simple. And this is what came to me last week. The realisation, membership community in one subject, which every single knitter notices as a relevant part of knitting, the works in progress. It's something that we talk about regularly, and obviously if you're coming for a tutorial video, it's because your current work in progress has kind of gone, oh, I'm a bit stumped, I need some help. So you search all over the internet, or come into YouTube, or just very simply come into the little pocket that is the Knit with Hannah channel and gone, does Hannah have a video on this? Yes, she does. Phew, there you go, done it. I'm moving forward. But inside the works in progress membership, we can revive old knits that maybe sat in the naughty corner that we don't want to talk about. We can maybe consider knitting something that might be a bit more of a challenge, because we know we've got the support and the accountability and the camaraderie with other knitters to keep going, oh yeah, I'm getting on all right with this. Oh, that's looking really good, isn't it? All that kind of thing could actually be a big help. Maybe you just have this tendency to overwhelm because you start too many projects, and then you go, oh, I can't cope with all of them, I'll start something different and then I'll actually knit that one. I've been there, I've done that. In fact, everything you can talk about with works in progress, I've been there, I've done that. And one of the first videos I will create is inside that membership to show you which works in progress I have on my needles currently, because I've had so many little things happen in the last couple of years that while I've finished a lot of projects, there are these things still sat in my needles that just haven't got finished. So it will help me just as much as it helps you. So we can declutter, we can work through your current knits, we can frog if necessary, unravel them, and all that sort of thing inside the works in progress membership. And I'd love for you to join me. And a big part of this is saying, will you sponsor me? I'd love for the sponsorship to come from you, just so that I know I'm doing the right thing inside the main channel, and you're kind of going, yeah, I'm in, this is all right. I'm part of this, I love it, and I want a bit more. Obviously, there is no obligation, because if you can or if you can't, that's okay. If you want to or you don't want to, that's okay too. But I know many of you will just want maybe the extra video or two every month. Now, the first video we're going to have every month is a work in progress content video. I will just dive deeper into a part of works in progress and we'll discuss it. And of course, there can be so much communication inside the comments as well. The second one is that there will be a Google form set up. So you can fill that in with photos of your current knit, of the pattern even, and all the sort of thing that we can't just can't do in the comments on YouTube. You can fill in the Google form and I will go through any questions I have inside that and I will create a video answering those questions, moving you on with the knit that you're stuck with. I get emails like this all the time and I cannot go backwards and forwards with email after email after email saying, what does the pattern say? What did it look like in the photo of the pattern? Does it do this? Does it do that? How are you? Exactly where are you in the pattern? What does it do next? I need all that information if I'm really going to help you. And I have considered doing like a one-to-one knitting crisis kind of a single workshop kind of thing where I get all the information and then I create a video for you. So it's a very much an individual thing. But I thought, actually, it makes more sense that other people could get this information too and kind of have epiphanies about their own projects and learn something that might help them in a future project. These kind of videos could actually be really helpful, not just for the individual who needs that support at the time, but for lots of other knitters who are inside the membership too. So that's available. As I said, there are tiers, different tiers. It's $3.99 and $8.99. Now, around the world, those numbers are going to be different because YouTube will translate it into whichever currency you work in, whichever country you're in. So it's going to be different numbers. But if you're in the UK, it's $3.99 and $8.99. I don't know what that is around the world. It might be something more like $4.99 and $10.50 if you're in the US, something like that. But I've tried to keep it low, so it's not like joining a major membership with lots and lots of videos every month. It is not like joining a knit along every month or anything like that. We're going to keep it simple because in many ways that's what we need when we're knitting. If we are given too much fluff, too much information, then we can get caught up in focusing on the information rather than actually knitting. So that's what I want for you, is to create, and I think I've finally come up with a solution. We now have a membership. And to make it really simple as well, it's on YouTube. I don't want to go off and do a circle or a template or a Mighty Networks or a Slack or anything like this. All of these Discords and all that sort of stuff. It just means more work for me and more work for you to add another app to your phone, to try and find it when there's a new video and all this sort of thing. Come to YouTube, where you come to anyway for my new videos, and there it is. That's the new membership video, ready and waiting for you. So, yeah. There you go. What do you think? What do you reckon? I quite fancy it. I'm quite looking forward to this. I'm quite excited. Because, yeah, we will start in July, just with a very small launch. And if it ends up being a big launch, wow, amazing. But I'm not going all over the place and telling everyone about it and sharing it with millions. It's just us here on YouTube. It's going to be my email list. We'll learn about it as well. So just here on YouTube, if you want to join the membership, I know you want to join the membership because you've been on my channel for a while and you just want that little bit more depth. I don't want to help tons of other people out there who have got no idea who I am. We've already built a communication network, like a relationship between us, this little knitting community around us. And whether you're new here or you've been here a long time, you know that it's there. You're already aware of it. And let's just deepen that and give us some more excitement and nitty time every single month. So yeah, this is exciting. And I do feel that the filming relationship has changed too. I've just stuck this on my desk. I'm sat here in my desk chair. It's nothing fancy. I've just got dressed this morning and that's that. But yeah, I used to kind of, oh crikey, I'm filming today. I've got to do this, I've got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. But because of the way I've set up the studio, wow, is it easier. It makes a massive difference. I haven't got to worry so much about the light. I haven't got to worry about all sorts of things. So it's going to be a lot easier to create for the membership too. Okay, thank you for joining me today. I do hope you'll join the membership, and of course come back for more videos here on YouTube. Whether you can or can't join the YouTube channel, there will still be content on the YouTube channel. That's always going to be a big part of who I am and why I create, so that I can share with lots more people. Just inside the membership you get more. Okay, I hope I'll see you inside. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye for now. Happy knitting.